चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिधि नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम हरे राम। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Till which shloka we had covered? 8:23 4. I think this is fourth shloka. 8? Sorry, 8, 2, 3 and 4. Who has put this bookmark here? 8? Second chapter. Third and fourth verse. Third and fourth is covered, huh? No. Then? Please, somebody can make note of it because 8 to 30 to be started. So we found that the fight was going on for many. Hare Krishna. This not work. Not working. No? Does not work. No? Then where we could be. Acha. So you saw that how this this fight went on for a very long time. The way the jiva is struggling hard with Maya to get out of the cycle of birth and death. We have also been fighting with Maya for many lives. For 84 lakhs species we have been fighting, and this fighting has been going on of the jiva and Maya. And ultimately, unless we take shelter of the Lord, we cannot win over this fight. So it's like a match in which there is no hope of winning, but you have to fight. There is no other option. There is no hope of winning also, and you cannot quit also. And the only hope is that you have to seek the mercy of the Supreme Lord. The fight against Maya. So rest all shelters, everything else will prove to be useless at the time of death. And life after life we have been defeated. Parabhavasya tavadabodha jato yavanna jignasata atma tattvam tavat kriyas tavadidam mano yavat kriyas tavadidam manove karmatmakam yena sharira bandha. That as long as one does not inquire about the spiritual purpose of life, he is defeated. He is defeated and he performs karma, though it be sinful or pious, has its resultant reaction. So the jiva whose mind gets attracted to the fruitive activities, his mind is called karmatmak. His mind is called karmatmak. And unless the mind is pure, the consciousness will be unclear. If mind is impure, consciousness will also not be. Because they know what?
Calamity can come anytime.
Calamity can take place anytime. Everywhere, despite so much of technology and all, everywhere they keep some emergency equipments because they are aware. Padam padam yadrutanam natish. But still they want to hide that emergency window. When we see the fire extinguisher, when we see the emergency exits, we should understand the nature of material world. So, what I was saying is that similarly, in our struggle for existence with Maya, the only hope is to take shelter of the Lord, which Gajendra does at the end. Hence, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Devi Yesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mame Vaya Prapadyante Maya Vetanta. The only hope to get out of the struggle for existence is to take shelter of the Lord. Rest all material shelters, if at all we have faith in, it's our illusion. It's sheer illusion of the foolish jiva, that the jiva thinks that my asat sena will help me at the last point. We may not be externally, we may be renounced also, but internally, where is our shelter-seeking tendency? Is it in the account balance, or is it in my own efforts, or is it in the mercy of Guru and Krishna? To the degree it's on the mercy of Guru and Krishna, to that degree, the shelter is solid. It will not ditch us. But rest all shelters will ditch us at the least moment, the least expected moment. So we need to invest in the right place, in right relations, in right relationship, strengthening our relationship with Guru's instruction, strengthening our relationship with Vaishnavas on spiritual platform, strengthening our relationship with deities, with holy name, with scriptures, because they are not impersonal objects, they are personal entities, transcendental beings. Today only Sankaracharya Sadhikar was telling that we need to be personal with holy name also, and that is possible when we are personal with devotees. So let's chant this shloka of next, we will go ahead. ततो गजेन्द्रस्य मनोबलोजसां कालेन दीर्घेण महानुभूतयः निर्कृष्यमाणस्य जले वसीदतो विपर्ययो सकलं जलोपसः. Thereafter, the Indra of Gaja, the king of the elephants, was very enthusiastic. But because of Dirghena, because the fight went on very long time, he was being pulled by crocodile into the water, Jale. His strength, avasidatah, his strength reduced. Which strength? His mental, physical and sensory. All of his strength started reducing. The goal of Maya is to make us feel that you can do on your own strength. And on that with that purpose in mind, she takes away our physical, mental and sensory power gradually. Because the sadhaka feels that I can fight on my strength. Why do I need to depend on somebody else? But that's jnani mentality. So big jnanis and big yogis also fall because they don't depend on the path of grace. They function like a race. A race is on your strength, but grace is not your strength. Grace is Guru and Krishna. Grace is somebody else. It is sometimes a child who cannot study well, then he is given grace marks. Grace marks is you don't deserve it, but you have been blessed to pass with grace marks. Anybody got grace marks in result?
Some 2-3 marks are lacking, so they will give mercy.
I also clearly remember I had cried for so many days after giving my exam, and somehow they had passed me. So grace means it's not by our efforts, but it's by our sincerity, you can say. The teacher becomes pleased with the sincerity of the student, and though the student was not actually qualified, the teacher gives grace marks and pushes the child ahead. Same way, we need to show our sincerity to Guru and Krishna so that at the time of death we will be given grace marks. The grace of His divine grace. The grace of some His grace. Some Shiksha Guru, some Diksha Guru. That is our only hope. There is no other hope. But to get that hope, we need to be sincerely doing our part throughout our life of chanting our rounds properly, serving Vaishnavas, not being critical, not finding faults. If at all we are seeing faults in somebody, not emphasizing on it or remaining blind to it, as long as you are not in authoritative position. Or as long as you don't have influence to do some change, to bring some changes in it, or as long as it's not close to you. So he started losing. So Maya makes us feel that we need not depend, but we should take shelter of Lord. Just like the child who remains in the lap of mother, he doesn't have to worry about anything else. Same way, if you remain dependent on Guru and Krishna's mercy, if you remain dependent on Vaishnavas like a child, then we will surely overcome. We will not face crisis of our mental and physical strength. We will not have crisis of mind control. We will not have crisis of when body starts putting challenges in us. We will not get into crisis. If you are not independent. If you are dependent, I will say. To the degree we are dependent, we will not get into crisis. Even when the mind is turbulent, our body is not cooperative. But the more we are independent, to that degree we will get disturbed also. When Maya will challenge us at physical level and mental level. When there will be anarthas outside also, and there will be anarthas inside also. So that becomes difficult when we are
Independent.
When we are not dependent on Guru and Krishna and Vaishnavas. When you are more like independent. I will do. Why do you need this? I'll do myself. For so many years I have been chanting. I have survived. Why should I depend? Why should I reveal my heart to somebody else? What's the need? Who is he? Who will help? Nobody can help. I am capable. So this is
Independent.
Maya's weapon, subtle weapon, which is stabbing us. So there will be a struggle. The struggle will continue. It won't be blissful struggle, Prabhu. It will be miserable struggle. And with every day of struggle, our determination will be going down and down and down. So we don't want that kind of struggle in our spiritual life. We want blissful struggle. Blissful struggle means the struggle to prove our sincerity to Guru and Krishna, with hope that one day I will get their grace. That struggle we need to do. You see, there are two types of struggle. One is blissful struggle, another is miserable struggle. The businessman is carrying the suitcase filled with notes, dollar notes. He is having struggle to carry that briefcase. Is it blissful struggle or miserable?
Blissful.
The lover is carrying the beloved. She is very heavy. Blissful or miserable struggle? Sorry. The mother is carrying a child who is very heavy. Blissful or miserable struggle? Because she has love. Same way, Prabhu, all our struggle in Krishna consciousness will become blissful struggle if we are doing it lovingly for good. With hope that one day I will get it. So the same struggle becomes very miserable struggle. Understanding? So burden of love and burden of beast. Prabhupada writes 2 types of burdens are there. So we need to experience the burden of Krishna consciousness to be Burden of love. That's the reason you can see that so many acharyas, Vartaman Acharya Vrinda, they are undergoing so many tribulations externally, apparently, but still they are able to continue blissfully. Because for them it is burden of love. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives this example which I said. That rich man carrying a heavy suitcase, or mother carrying the child, or the lover carrying the beloved. So we will experience this. Otherwise, the struggle becomes like a beating husk without any grace in it. Shrama eva hi kevalam. It will like no matter how much ever beat, there will be nothing, no juice, no taste, no juice. Everything will become dry over a period of time. In our path, in our practice, in our service attitude, in our dealings, in our mala, in our reading, hearing, in our consciousness. And then what will look juicy? Material energy will look very attractive, very filled with juice, variety. And spiritual life will become dry. So because of years of fighting, Ojasam Dirghena Kalena, Dirghena Kalena, Mahan Abhut Vyah. He was in a foreign place. And the opposite party, Jala Okashaha, the opposite party increased in strength, enthusiasm. Which was the opposite party? The crocodile. So crocodile was increasing in strength and Gajendra was losing strength. Why? Because Gajendra was in water, foreign body. So are we in foreign world now? Prabhupada says that this world is not our actual home. It's a foreign land. We are lost here. No matter how much ever expert you are, we cannot be satisfied here. See, let's suppose you go for a trip. Initially, while going, you are very enthusiastic. But after going there, after 2-3 days, what do you ask? When we will go back? How many days more we have to stay? But somehow the power of Maya is so deep, so damaging that we are not desiring to go back to Godhead. And we are happy here only. So we need to get that feeling that, bro, when will you go back? The way we ask in picnic and other trips, that when will you go back, when will you go back? Like that intensity should come. Morning at night, we should think, when will be the last day? When will I go back? How many more days I have to stay here? Like that, unless that feeling comes, we will not get a desire to improve the quality of our spiritual life. Because when goal is hazy, our spiritual life, we perform a spiritual life like crazy man. Everything is diluted. But the degree goal is clear that I need to go back to Godhead. This is a foreign land. I have to go back. I have to return. Just like you go to office, you think, when will I go back to temple? Intensely you are thinking, you are looking at the watch every now and then. When will my shift end? When will I go back and take prasad? You may not have anything urgent in temple, but still if you want to, go back. Same way we need to feel, when will I return back there? That desire we should aspire for. Oh Lord, please bless me with that intense desire that I want to come back. Or bless me that I develop that desire to develop that desire. To go back to God. Intense desire. Somebody asked Prabhupada, what is the qualification? What is the qualification? Desire is a qualification. Intense desire is a qualification. If at all something is lacking, that's our intense desire to go back to God. Because if we intensely desire, nobody can stop us. It's just like if a child cries too loud, then every power of material world fails. The child has to be given back to mother. Correct? Same way, Prabhu. If you cry intensely, we feel intense separation and we desire intensely that I want to go back to her, then we will go back to her. See, the Acharya shall that like sometimes the father puts his child to gives his child to tuition teacher because he can't slap him. And he tells tuition teacher, you please slap him and beat him up and make him understand that the importance of doing homework properly and make him study properly. The father is very rich, very affectionate, and he can't punish the child out of love, but he doesn't want him to get spoiled also. The father hands over the child to tuition teacher, and tuition teacher is a very cruel lady. She is not having that same affection. Her only task is what? Not to beat the child, to do what the father has told. To do what the father has told. What father has told, make sure that he should become serious. And then the teacher does all the needful without understanding what the child is undergoing. All of us have experience in tuition classes we joined. So now if the child starts crying, sometimes in small kids, he just starts crying. He's crying loudly, wailing loudly, not hearing anybody. No matter how much is being beaten, being given chocolate, whatever, he just goes on crying. What tuition teacher does? Gives the child back to parents that I can't do anything. Say, Prabhu, if we just intensely feel separation from Lord and cry that my Lord, I don't want to do anything here. Please accept me. And with that feeling we chant, then Maya Devi will return us back. The child actually feels separation from his parents. Even the reason Maya is not leaving us, because one thing is we are not completing our homework, and above that we are not crying to go back also. So Maya Devi has got good candidates to reform them because they are silently accepting all the punishments. So we need to Bhakti what? Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj will tell that we have started crying school. Should cry. What is the meaning of cry? Cry means not just tears. Cry may not be always tears. Cry means that longing, the feeling that I want to serve Krishna more. I want to unite with Krishna again. I want to go back. I want to revive my lost relation with Lord. So crying is a lifestyle. Our intensity in our bhakti indicates our crying. It's not always like sentimentally you are crying and always tears. But our japa can be crying without tears in your eyes. Our lifestyle can be of crying lifestyle without any tears in our eyes. With feeling, with longing to serve Krishna, longing to go back. Longing and to understand that our helpless and miserable state in material world. Understanding? So physical strength will not help, mental strength will not help, sensory strength will not help because Maya is very powerful. What will help? Our crying out to Lord, which Gajendra does at the end. Let us read the purport. Somebody can read? Give me a pencil also. Somebody can read?
In the fighting between the elephant and the crocodile, the difference was that although the elephant was extremely powerful, he was in a foreign place in the water.
So big kings, big empires, big emperors came, but nobody could win over Maya. So Maya is so cruel that she will not even allow copying on your body. She will take away your copying also. What I mean to say? I mean to say at the time of death, there won't be even copying on your body, Prabhu. So what you are holding on to? So how terrible the enemy is, you see. Like she doesn't allow anything to be taken. Not even a tinge of things you should carry when nothing belongs to you. So big empires came, big emperors came. What they carried? Would they carry anything? No. The name, fame, glory of this world is sheer illusion. We should stop running after it. We should lose all our hope in acquiring the name and fame and prestige in this world. It's just cheating. Another form of cheating only it is. So don't aspire for it at all. Don't aspire for any opposite sex. Don't aspire for any sense object in this material world. It's sheer cheating. Nothing will help. Nothing will go with this. It's just time waste to delude us and to cheat us. Alexander, Napoleon, Hitler, so many Mughal kings, so many British Empire came, so many emperors came. But they became dust today. Even their empires and their buildings, their palaces, everything became powdered to dust. So much bloodshed they did to conquer over the land. But what happened? Would they carry anything? And we are nothing in comparison to those emperors and those kings. Still, we are maintaining hope that I'll do something. So give up our hope. In the shelters of this material world, in acquisition of this material world, in possessions of this material world, in titles of this material world, in designations of this material world. Next.
During 1,000 years of fighting, he could not get any food, and under the circumstances, his bodily strength diminished and became, because his bodily strength diminished, his mind also became weak and his senses less powerful.
So here's a very nice point that it's very important that we get proper food. What is the meaning of proper food? A right type of prasad we eat. Otherwise, that prasad reduces our bodily strength, mental strength, makes us weak spiritually, and our senses become mad, uncontrolled. It's very important to see that who is cooking the prasadam in temple, whose hand cooked by it is. Is that devotee chanting 16 rounds? Or is it just a show bottle devotee? See bro, quality of food, that's what he's telling you now. He could not get any food, so he lost. Same way, we may be eating prasad, but what quality of prasad it is, that decides that has effect on our bodily strength, our mind, and our senses. Food cooked by a prostitute, after eating that, immediately we lose our sense control after getting out of that hotel. And food cooked by a brahmana, after eating that, immediately our mind will become calm, composed, collected. So food, ahar shuddhi, sattva shuddhi, dhruva smriti. And if your ahar is shuddha means pure, to the degree it is pure, that is degree, there is difference in degree. Govinda's item is differently pure and Madhuram item is differently pure. Though both are called Mahaprasad. You have to decide that how much Dhruva Smriti you want. How much Sattva you want in your body. Decide. Govinda's ka Sattva chahiye ya Madhuram ka Sattva chahiye. But you cannot say, I'll eat Govinda's and I'll have Dhruva Smriti. Or I'll eat outside hotel food and I'll have Dhruva Smriti. Chant very attentively. No, not possible. Body will also become weak. You see, mind becomes disturbed. Mind has connection with body. Body becomes weak. If mind is very alert and sharp and composed and collected, then body is also healthy. Mind and body are both connected. If your mind is disturbed, body will start getting diseases. If your mind is healthy, body will be healthy. So he became mentally also weak, physically also weak. Why? Because he was not getting food. So if you are feeling mentally disturbed, we should check whose food we are taking. If the cook is watching pornography in daytime, then what kind of prasad he is making for me next day. If the boy is falling prey to bad habits in voice, then how can he be the one who is offering food to Krishna? Let us try to improve the quality of our food intake. Practical thing it is. We check who is the cook, what is his standard, how many rounds he's chanting, what is his schedule, what does he do in daytime, is he using smartphone, what is his connection with relations. This all has effect on our consciousness. Then we will not do, "Arey Prabhu, mala kar rahe hain, morning bro acha nahi ho raha, morning bro acha nahi ho raha, morning bro acha." Bro, cause is not here, cause is somewhere else. Go back to the root. Root is so we should be very, very careful. Some ashram they allow only brahmacharis to cook. Let it be simple item, but only brahmachari should do cooking. Because opulent item, more than opulent item is what? What is important? Purity in the item. Purity is more important or item is more important? Purity. So we should always emphasize like that. Wherever you go, however you are, you should try to keep this in picture. That item is not more important. You give plain khichdi to the audience, but if it's made with right consciousness, the audience will get Krishna Prem after eating that khichdi. Otherwise, they will fall down after eating pulao and rice also. I mean to say, they will not grow. Even if they don't fall down, at least they will not grow. They will remain wherever they are. So whenever preaching program is not happening efficiently, you should try to improve the quality of prasad, quality of consciousness in the prasad. Tell the offering devotee to please offer very intensely because we are going to distribute it to so many students. Pray to Lord with very prayerful mood that prasad should be offered. That, oh Lord, please bless this item that whoever eats this should be his last life. So like that, prasad is very important. The quality of prasad is very important. We should not go by taste. We should go by the quality of prasad, the consciousness which is there in that item. Who made it? From where it came? Who brought it? Why he brought it? This all should be seen. Why he brought it? He brought it because it was left. Why it was left? Because nobody took it. Why nobody took it? Because it was not offered. So if you go back to root somewhere, we should be cautious. What is my intake? Should be strict. Because we are fighting in foreign land. See, the soldiers in the battlefield, they are very much cautious what we are eating. Why? Because it can be poison given by the enemy. Or it can be a poisonous item being supplied by the enemy party. We should be very, very cautious because we are soldiers in army of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We cannot keep eating anything and everything. Whatever comes in front, eat it. Why? It is Mahaprasad. And Mahaprasad is written everywhere nowadays. Even the outside hotel, they've written what? Krishna Mahaprasad. Be very cautious. Congregation is different. There are different types of different varieties of devotees also. You cannot say everybody is taking up, you also take. Why to be so strict? It is individual struggle, individual life. Why you are joining the line to eat that opulent item? First figure out who made that item, why it is made, from where it came. Let all your friends eat, no problem. Nobody is my friend. I'll see my part, and if I'm doubtful, I'll not take. I don't want friendship. Friends, so everybody thinks I take it. No, not needed. You see your individual struggle and be honest. Tell your friends, Prabhu, I'm already struggling with my mind and senses, and I'm soon going to fall down also. So please excuse me, I will avoid this item because I doubt who has made it or from where it has come. Be very, very clear. You have not come here to give company to friends who are eating anything and everything. You have come here to go back to God. It's very important. Any questions? Any doubts? Next. Yeah.
Sometimes we
Extreme emergency, understandable, but what is the point? The primary point is you take responsibility. You be thoughtful. What is happening and what is awaiting. There are cases where brahmacharis ate some food and next day only they had nightfall. And when the research was many had nightfall, and it was when it was found out that the food was cooked by non-devotee. The more pure you become, the more you will be able to see this connection. And the more gross, sinful, dull-headed we are, we will not be able to see this connection, and we'll think that it's okay. So we need to come out of it. We need to develop purity. Purity is a force, but that purity comes by our intake.
So जी, the food cooked by mother,
Hmm.
like devotees के घर से food आता है and we take it. We don't know whether it is offered, but she has cooked for child, so she has cooked in right consciousness compared to others. So can we take that?
Now see, there are multiple factors in this. I can't say black and white, and I can't say that whatever I am following that you also follow. You have to see your priorities. You have to see the relationship with that devotee. You have to see how close you are with that devotee. You have to see what is the item. You have to see how is your health about that item. You have to see whether you know the background of the devotee's family, how many rounds mother is chanting or no chanting, or mother is sick, or mother is, or how many rounds the devotee is chanting. Is he Brahman initiated devotee or is he some device boy? Many factors are there. Device boy's mother also cooks with love, and Brahman initiated devotee's mother also cooks with love. है ना? And your relation, or maybe that device new boy is your own brother or your own cousin, or he's very close to you. You know him since childhood. Many things are there. You have to see. Or you don't have any relation with that boy, or you don't know who is he from, where is he. In voice also, like somebody brought yesterday that some boy. Depends on you, Prabhu. You have to take individual stand about your standards, and you have to gradually raise your standards over periods of time. You can't say that and I'll remain like this road. You have to keep increasing it, because if we keep developing our purity, we can't remain like a child. The way I was in first year, like that I will remain throughout my life. To keep increasing our standards and keep adjusting it according to timeless circumstance, so that preaching is also not getting affected. At one point of time, there was nobody to cook in Sunday feast program, and whoever congregation is coming, nobody is chanting 16 rounds, and those who chanting 16 rounds, they don't know any cooking. Now Sunday feast cooking has to be done. At least basic rice has to be cooked, and I have to give class. And if I remain bent upon that, nobody will do cooking, then everybody will do fasting. Then you have to allow the less rounder chanters to do, and you offer. Somebody else can offer who is chanting 16 rounds. Like that you adjust. So that the preaching goes on, program goes on. But you have to take responsibility and understand this point that it is connected with our consciousness. It does affect. You know? We should not be hurting others' heart also on the name of our standards. You have to be sensitively in your dealing. Like somebody is very close to you and he's distributing Mahaprasad, and you don't know from where is he and from where he has got. And you know that if you ask him, then he will become upset. Then you can smartly move away from that place before he comes to you. No problem. You don't have to make him upset. No, I'll sit here and I'll show him what is my standard. And I'll spoil my relationship. Relationship also you have to keep. So if there is a will, there is a way. How to adjust it. You sensitively call somebody and move out. That, oh, excuse me, I'll just make this call and come. And come after you are very confident that everything has got over. That time you come and ask, something is there? Okay, no problem. So there are many ways. Smartly we have to decide.
Who went to health education contest.
Hmm.
So there in the school we went to take permission. There was a big school of the city, the maximum students.
Hmm.
So there they were offering us pav bhaji and all, and nimu pani, milk,
Uh-huh.
they were multiple options.
Hmm.
So with me, two saffron brahmacharis were there.
Hmm.
So now one brahmachari took lemon water.
Hmm.
Another brahmachari refused to take lemon water also.
Hmm.
And because of it, the principal was little like, he's taking why he is not taking.
Hmm.
So means what should be done in that situation?
Smartly, you don't have to wait for the item to come in your hand and then hurt the principal.
No.
Before he started distribution, you should go to the principal and tell, "Excuse me, sir, I'm taking some Ayurvedic diet medicine. I've just not taken medicine, and doctor has strictly told me not to eat anything after this many hours after eating that medicine. So I would love to take this, but it will be very kind of you if you can pack this in some content, so that I can carry it, and I'll surely have it afterwards. Thank you very much for your kind, this wonderful feasting, sir." Which principal will not be happy with you? So doesn't matter what you do. What matters is how do you do. The same item after it's come to your hand, and now you're telling the principal, or you're looking at each other. Immature behavior.
Means what happened?
So some fellows, some disciples went to Prabhupada, and after they were served the item, then the disciple is showing they are showing onion garlic in the item to each other, and they're looking at Prabhupada. Prabhupada, it has got onion garlic. Prabhupada was very upset. Prabhupada said that shut up your mouth and now eat it. Why you did not tell him before that we don't take onion garlic? So we should not be immature on the name of our standard. We should be very sensitive. We should be very thoughtful also. How to do what to do. We don't keep hurting the fellow mates around on the name of our standards.
Means they don't ask. Means before.
So you understood how to do?
Means
Like this, there are better ways also.
I want to suggest another example. What happened? We were in a education contest. We went for a prasadam in a devotee's house because we were staying outside. So when they went to devotee's house, they cooked everything. It was offered. Rice was not there. Oriya devotee was there with us. Saffron devotee. So he said, "I want rice because I cannot eat this." So they cooked rice and they brought it. And the moment they brought it, and immediately he was talking and they served. And he asked whether you offer it or not. And they said no. They forgot to offer. So now it has come to plate. The family is watching and all. So then it should be offered or it should be taken or not then.
Prabhu, I'll tell you, we should not judge others. Whatever, no, I'm telling you, whatever standards I'm telling you here, it's not for judging others at all. It's only to understand that I am vulnerable. I am very weak person. I need to increase my standards. I need to take individual responsibility of my consciousness. I need to gradually uplift my standards. It is my individual this. And that too, this all I should do very, very sensitively, that I don't hurt anybody around. Be it a devotee, be it a non-devotee. Because Krishna is there in heart of everyone. This is one thing. Be very clear about it. It's for individual application, keeping your relationship with the other devotees proper, being very, very mature and sensitive to the other devotees, even non-devotees also. But you have to decide individually what do you want to do. Now that devotee has to see what is the relationship with that school person, who is he, who is that family.
Good family, they have deities in
That I don't know, but you decide. But if I am there in that situation, I won't take. Because for me, relationship with Guru and Krishna is more important than the relationship with this family. Again, I have to see that how much donation they are giving, who are that, who sent me for their program. I have to check properly and then take a call. But I can't be like, absent-minded. First, I won't do, and I will take only rice. Means of course, individually you have to see, Prabhu. Again, everything comes down to individual thing. Everything comes down to individual thing. We cannot judge others that devotee did wrong, that devotee he should not have done. Who are we to judge? No, I'm telling. But individually, if you ask me, I won't go for that program only. I'll tell. Today is our fasting day, Prabhuji. It will be very nice that instead of spending time more on eating and all, if you can just keep some uncut fruits and some things packed properly in some dry fruits you can give, Prabhuji. And you remember that thing which comes very expensive in market, that also you give. They like that, yeah, we will be able to serve Prabhuji like this, whatever he's asking. And you get all the packed dry fruit item and all, and come here, bring everything here and give to DT department.
It's not house program.
I'm telling whatever it is. So smartly we have to do. Smartly we have to do. Or after going there, if you are know that rice is not there, okay, let me adjust. I'll go in. I'll just have the here for their satisfaction. And after going to ashram again, I'll take properly prasad. Like this I do. Because there, no, they sometimes the congregation expects the brahmacharis to eat very less. And brahmachari means they are a great tapasvi. But we eat heavy quantity. Because we are two timers. This nobody knows outside. So they give us little rice and little ruchi, thoda check nahi par mata ji ho gaya, sab ho gaya. They take little and mentally after coming to ashram I take properly prasad. 2 times prasad I take. So there I don't make sure that the other person is not dissatisfied. They are not hurt. They are not pained. They should feel that we reciprocated with what they give. They should feel. We should show them that we are satisfied. They should be sensitive. So though I like rice, but they have not made rice, I should not give them discomfort by saying that that can I get this item also? Can I get? Oh, did not make this rice. Or showing different type of facial expression, if not talking. Very. You should practice satisfaction if you have gone because you are going in there. This you have to keep their heart. Their heart is center. Their feelings are center. The respect to them, giving them satisfaction by our behavior, by our outlook, by our appreciation for them is very important. Doing some Krishna Katha at the end and maintaining your standard is also important. Okay, let's suppose if they have made only pakoda and achar, there is nothing else to eat. Still, I should show that I am very happy and very satisfied and very grateful. And call in ashram after getting up that please make proper prasad there. We will take prasad after coming to ashram. And don't tell this to the host. Be very sensitive. So you take pakoda and achar and be very, very happy. And thank them very much. And come to ashram and take properly prasad. Take whatever rice you want, how much you want. These are sensitive things. We have to be very, very thoughtful. That to keep their feelings, to keep their heart, and at the same time not dilute our standards on the name of keeping their heart. Somehow Krishna does not put me in such kind of situations. Krishna, if you are always prayerful like that, oh Lord, bless me with that I never come across some situation where I have to eat unoffered food. The Lord will not put in that situation. You are always alert. You are always talking about these topics. You are always hearing about these topics. You are mentally prepared, physically prepared. What to do when to avoid what. Before going for 2 days before only you are thinking, what will I do if they offer like this? And you are prepared, planned, what to speak, how will I do acting there. Everything you are planned. So when the actual situation will come, you are already alert. And you will do very, very properly because you are already planned. What am I supposed to do after everybody will be eating and what I will be doing. 10 brahmacharis are going, let's suppose. And some unoffered or doubtfully offered item is going to be served. And 9 of them are going to take. And my standard is different. So I should be planned before only so that these 9 devotees also don't feel bad. And the host also does not feel bad. And I also don't dilute my standard. You plan, Krishna will give you intelligence what to do. But don't judge the other 9 devotees that they are fallen, or the host is like this, or they are like this, I am more advanced. That is another extreme. That is another way to fall down. Without, with very high standards. By becoming popped up that who is better than me. So we should think who is more vulnerable than me that I can't digest this kind of food. They are so great, so advanced that they can eat everything and still chant properly. I'm so low, so wretched that little bit here and there I take, my mind becomes lusty. Already my mind is lusty after eating proper prasad also. How much vulnerable I'll become if I dilute my standards. So Prabhuji, I'm very, very weak, I'm very, very fallen. Like this we should think. When the other devotees are taking anything and everything. I think they're very advanced, they can digest everything. And let me serve that item. These devotees were able to digest anything, everything. We think ourselves very low, very fallen, very vulnerable, very weak. That by eating Madhuram Prasad also I'm getting lusty thoughts. What will happen if I dilute my standards? Oh Lord, please bless me. That throughout my life I eat only pure prasad of yours. And you only protect my consciousness. Like this we should think. And you should serve best item to all devotees. Devotees will be pleased. Understanding? Then you discuss this is another side, another discussion happened in this past time. But it's a part of the purport. It's very important. Understanding? Because sometimes we hear, Gajendra happened, this happened, that happened. We know everything, and after that, we fall in some other way. Somewhere else, our vehicle drowns. बोलते ना हमारी नाव वहां डूबी जहाँ पानी कम था. या बट हमारी नाव वहां डूबी जहाँ पानी कम था. मतलब Gajendra, everything, all past, how you would cry for Lord, but we end up making mistake in some other way, which is very pretty thing. So this is very important, Prabhu. I seek all of your prayers also, because it is not easy the way I have told. It is difficult, it is challenging, but again, taking shelter of Lord, taking shelter of Guru, taking shelter of the Acharyas, the solid, strict points about quality of prasad, connecting with consciousness with purports. By taking shelter of these points, we can easily follow what I am telling, and keep very good relation also with devotees, maintaining mood of servant of devotees. Because if you are like this, then your alertness will be there in bhakti, your chanting will be proper, your hearing will be proper, your smaranam will be proper, your vandanam feelings will be very fine, your surrender will be very high class, our rebellious nature will go down, independent nature will go down. You will be self-motivated, enthusiastic to perform the limbs of bhakti. This all is the effect of the kind of input we take, Prabhu, though it is not understandable with gross, dull-headed brain. But it is a science. Many devotees face problem, big devotees face problem if they are not able to see this connection. We see some Maharaj and all, how they take, who makes it, like that. Again, time, place, circumstances we have to see. Like you said, you go into a Jigita contest, so you have to decide individually. Should not die also starving without prasad. You have to see that how I maintain my health also, and how much I can dilute, how much I can adjust, how much this can be adjusted, how much that can be adjusted, how much my health can be adjusted, how much my relationship also should be there. Everything should be there, seen. Not like a neophyte that I'll hold on to one thing and I'll starve to death, or became sick that you're not eating anything. Throughout BG contest, he was just eating only rice, because he was following the standard which Sudhamanand has told in class. So we have to mature what we are doing. Understanding? When I was working with Infosys in Mysore long back, of course that time I was ultra neophyte also, but I was eating rice, curd, salt, rice, sugar, salt. No, rice, sugar, curd, rice, salt, curd. Then evening, rice, sugar, curd. Then next day morning, rice, salt, curd. Pickle, no. So I ate like this 5-6 days. And after that, they said that your understanding is above our training schedule. You can directly go for job. I mean, they understood that I am better than the other trainees. So they finished my training very before. They sent me back in 5 days. There was a training program in Mysore. So like that.
What's in your food?
Not food. Krishna will adjust if you maintain your standard. That means Krishna will not starve you to death if you are understanding. Of course, we don't show it to others. I would take separately. I would never take with other fellows. And if at all I sat with others, I would always share my prasad, but not receive their prasad. And they would say, you are so nice that you are just giving your items to others, but you don't take anything from anybody. The other thing, we should check with our superior, under whom we are collecting money, and decide what to do with that money. Yeah, everything is there. Now for BG, we go for bus party distribution. One day I was distributing book and the lady was she was standing at a butcher shop. This goat was hanging there, and then I went near that shop and I told this lady, can you please take Bhagavad Gita? She said, I don't have money. Then I told her, you have money to eat goat and you don't have money for this, huh? How much is what is the cost of mutton? It was written 700 rupees per kg. I said for 700 रुपये का पर किलो खाने का आपके पास बकरी खाने के लिए और भगोईता लेने के लिए ये नहीं है आपके पास. Then she became this, and she actually she became a little shaken up, and she took Bhagavad Gita. So when she gave her note was touching the flesh, and her note was wet with the liquid of that mutton. And she gave me that note. Now it is what I should do. Should I tell that no, I'm Brahmana, I cannot touch this? Should I tell it? Then I took it. Prabhupada's Lakshmi it is. And it's a transaction of Bhagavad Gita, which is glorious, which is not different from Lord. And I'm on road, bus is far, and some soul is taking Bhagavad Gita, standing at this kind of shop. We should see what is the higher principle also. I took many times mutton shopkeepers is with one hand is cutting the flesh and other hand is giving the note to me and taking Bhagavad Gita. And that time I can't touch, no problem, I'm giving sealed copy. It's not, you are not touching. It's sealed, you see. You're not touching Bhagavad Gita. They just play with their faith and give Bhagavad Gita. Play with their faith means you give them right faith. Huh? You should know what is higher principle. Understanding?
If in this situation you have something which is not cooked properly, but you have the option to offer it. So, which thing should be given priority to accept something like recital, milk is there, suppose fruits are there, dal rice is there, then to which one should give priority to accept component?
Milk. Because there is less touch of human beings.
Second,
You wait for next meal, Prabhu. Nobody will die. Think that is Ekadashi day. Today is Ekadashi. Let's suppose like this. And you eat, drink milk and wait for afternoon. Until the afternoon you would make proper prasad. After morning I did fasting. Nothing will happen. Only thing will happen is next day Krishna will not put in such kind of situation because you are putting fasting like this. Krishna is not a Nirakar God. He knows that this fellow is doing like this. He is following very high standards. So let me not put in such kind of situation. And pray, my Lord, bless me that don't put me in such kind of situation. Because one thing I am not determined, already I am struggling with mind and senses. Please bless me that wherever I go I get proper prasad, properly made prasad. Like this you pray. Krishna hears and reciprocates our prayer. What is the problem in Krishna fulfilling this prayer? This normal prayer, this simple prayer. We are not asking something great. We are not asking Krishna prem to Lord. We are only asking, my Lord, give me proper prasad. I don't deserve, my Lord, I agree. But I want to chant your holy names properly. I don't want to fall down. You also surely don't want me to fall down. Please arrange proper prasad. Then we should tell Lord. Lord hears prayers. Lord does actually. Lord hears prayer. Lord, because they are our parents. They are not cruel hearted. You get lost, you will get this kind of thing. They are very sensitive. If child does not want something, mother does not make that item. Mundane mother is like this. What is your if you are asking something for eat properly. My Lord, let it be simple item, but please give me proper pure prasad. You are not running after your tongue. Why Krishna will not be pleased with your prayer? Huh? Krishna is because with your prayer because your prayer is coming from selfless heart, not for sense gratification, but only to improve the quality of your consciousness. That too only for his pleasure. And to serve your Guru and Krishna properly. Why will Krishna not fulfill that? Even if you don't deserve, Krishna will fulfill that. According to your karma, you deserve very high quality of delicious food in hotel. But you are asking Krishna to provide you plain khichdi, properly made. Why will Krishna not be pleased with you? That you are avoiding that thing which is according to your karma waiting in your plate. And you are asking for plain khichdi of food for life, which is properly made with right conscience. And for that you are paying the God. And that too not for using a sense enjoyment, but only to serve Krishna. You should pray like that. Understand? And Krishna does not put you only in that situation. And we should also learn cooking also. Be equipped. That wherever you are, you can cook some basic rice or sabji chapati and eat offer properly and eat. Wherever you are. Sorry, actually my health is not good, my stomach is not good, I need to make some different item. Make a different item. Who will mind? They will adjust your services. If you are determined, nobody can stop you. To dilute your standards. From the your standards. I mean, if you are determined, you can maintain high standards. चलो चले कुछ क्वेश्चन आपका हरी बोल